Well, the girls and I are on our way to. Ava had some money left over for.
Birthday money!
That's right, her birthday money. She had a little bit of birthday money from her grandparents. What your grandparents?
Yeah, and Aunt Jenna.
And Aunt Jenna. So she had some birthday money left over, and she wanted to go shopping. I got done at the barn early today, and decided that we'd go. Addie wasn't feeling the greatest, but Addie was going to get a bite to eat. We're all going to have some. Where do you want to eat lunch?
Here.
Well, what's down there? There's a. What's wrong?
Can I have birthday money? When's my birthday?
Oh, yeah, but it's a
Your
long
birthday is
time
not
away.
For a while.
What do you want to eat for lunch, Addie Bear? There's a Cheesecake Factory down there.
Oh, yes! Yes,
What's
I
that?
want.
Can we go to the Cheesecake Factory?
Yeah, I don't care. That's fine.
Yeah, I want to go there too.
So we are heading. Apparently, we're going to the Cheesecake Factory. It's in Beechwood. I don't know how to explain
How
it.
far is
It's down that way.
Beechwood?
It's about 15 minutes away.
15 minutes? Or I can take a nap.
No, I'm sure you could. You know what? You could take a nap. You could take a talking nap. When do you take that? You okay there, Pumpkin? So we are on our way to Beechwood. Apparently, we're going to go to the Cheesecake Factory. Apparently for lunch, and then are you buying? It's your birthday. It's your birthday money. It's been a great week. I'm actually in a good mood. The barn went well today. Really, really happy with the way things are going for the rookies. You know, I'd said in a video that I did for Saturday's. Just a video recap of Saturday. I was really, really happy with the way that the horses went, both in Ohio. Then hearing from Amy, she said the horses were really, really good in Ontario also. So I was happy across the board with them. The 3-year-olds right now have my. I don't want to say they have my the majority of my attention, because that's not true. I'm always watching the babies, but I'm getting a very good look at how our sophomores are shaping up, and really happy with that. Some of our better sophomores are coming back really, really good. Happy with Insider Trading, the way she has looked. Arson, Memory and Imagination. I know this week we had a little bit of a hiccup. We had a pickpocket hit, was entrapped. You would never know. Yes. We'll get one on the way back. I was happy with Pickpocket, the way he trained all along, training down. Even the other day, after we knew he was entrapped, they still gave us a green light to train. But as I said in the video, Addie, as I said in the video with Dr. Latessa the other day, and he was the one that brought it up and clarified everything, more proactive, right? This is something that needs fixed. Just because it's not causing a problem right now doesn't mean it won't down the road. It's all fixed now. So Pickpocket, the procedures for him in Lonely Lakewood, both the entrapment fixing of Pickpocket and the Llewellyn procedure for Lonely Lakewood, all went well. Adeline, all went really, really well, and I'm very, very happy. Very, very happy with the way those two look. As I said, Arson training down great. Insider Trading looks great. We kind of forget because he's off to the side a little bit. He's over at Tim's. Time is on my side, who's already off to a tremendous start to 2024. We just gave him, pumped the brakes a little bit, gave him a little time off, because you can't possibly go from January till October and November. If he's that type of horse that we're aiming towards October and November, he's going to need a little rest. And that's exactly what he got. 3 weeks off, a little R&R. He's back going now. He's slated to start in the series here in the Meadows. And a number of people saying, Anthony, the Weiss goes for more money. I don't really care about what goes for more money. Neither of them go for very much, considering what he's going to race for all season. So does it make more sense to ship him Addie Bear, McDonald? No, you don't need. Oh, you need another orange? Okay. So neither of them go for enough money for us to worry about shipping him 5-6 hours down the road. He can stay right at home and race for half as much, or a little bit more than half, because we have much bigger fish to fry, hopefully, with time is on my side. Happy what I'm hearing out of Ontario with respect to Victory Blue Chip. Although my favorite of the two, to be fair, was Vaquero Blue Chip. I loved his edginess. I liked his overall attitude. But when you look at the stature of the horses themselves physically, Victory Blue Chip was the better horse. Mentally, Vaquero was last year. Now, that can easily change. if Victory Blue Chip decides he wants to be a racehorse, which it appears he does, because not only was Harry impressed with him, James was the other day too in schooling. James has not gone with Vaquero Blue Chip yet. Now Vaquero also fits that series that is coming up. But again, you don't have to be in a big hurry to get those horses into that series. It's just when they're ready, they're ready. Victory Blue Chip fits Kentucky also, so another little wrinkle for Victory Blue Chip. But if he's good enough to race at Mohawk, he's going to stay at Mohawk for the foreseeable future. He's not going to the series, the Weiss or the other one. All right. Drop one orange.
I just peed.
Where'd it go? Okay. It's on the bag. You get it then. So really happy with talking with the sophomores, getting a chance to look at some of the rookies today. Now, this week, now we pushed them a little bit. You'll see a quarter quicker or a half or 3/8. We'll stretch them out a little bit. And what I've seen is some pretty impressive miles from the babies. This week. Really happy with what I've seen. I don't want to start dropping names of all the babies, but I will tell you it's a rather extensive list of horses that are impressive this time of year. You know, yeah, these ones here look really good if everything goes their way. These ones here, middle of the road, going to be useful racehorses. These ones here, they got to pick it up a little bit. And then obviously we got a couple we also this year got rid of in babies at Yves St. Kemp. They went to different barns. We've since sold them. Now, talking about the sale, we had sale this week. We sold 7. We had 8 up for sale. The only horse that didn't sell, I've said this like 15 times, was one that I thought would for sure. Electric Line. Eventually we'll move on from Electric Line, but didn't sell on Tuesday. Everybody else did, and Locatelli topped the sale and was obviously a horse that meant a lot to us, did a lot for us, but not unique enough in the sense that he absolutely couldn't be moved. So for that price, you know, to shake it down and break it down for everybody easily. Here's a horse that we paid $93,000 for, kept him for over 2 years. He made a large sum of money, and we sold him for almost what we bought him for. So not a bad job there. And when it came to Locatelli, particularly Locatelli, now I'm glad he's staying in Ontario. I'm very happy that Natasha Day is going to get a chance, I believe, to train the horse, which probably means a lot to her, and it should, because he is a nice horse. So good luck with Locatelli for him, with Natasha. Doesn't get around a half good, doesn't get around a 5/8 great, a bigger track horse, which really limited his options for us. When push came to shove, I made it very simple to Harry. Who's the best one you got? He said, the best one I have is the best one you have, which is Looks Like Money. And I said, then what are we even talking about? So that's where we were at with Locatelli. I had told everybody multiple times over the last year, we're going to start cleaning up these classes where we had 2 overlaps all the time, and there was horses sitting or racing against each other. First was White Tiger. He went to Southern Ohio. Now Locatelli. Now we've cleaned out the section, so to speak. It's a straight shot. We did, yeah, the other day. Sold him. Looks Like Money is our open trotter, and will be treated as such. So he's our main horse for Ontario, and Yo Mister will stay over there for the foreseeable future. I thought he raced great the other day. James, you know, that's not where you want to be, and James will learn that with Yo Mister. 2 or 3 wide in the last turn on any size track is not his preferable method of racing, but you have to do what you have to do. James drove the horse right, just got caught in a spot that wasn't great for him, but he'll have his good days and his bad days. Yo Mister, a very, very nice horse in his own right, and we have a place for him for now, for sure. Kenobi, quietly down on the east side, is doing very well. Great things. Texan Soprano has been racing great also. Another winner last night. Scott Zeron and Megan doing a great job with that guy. Blanton's Blue here did well. I guess I'll go over this week. Blanton's Blue was a winner and looked very, very good in racing on Wednesday. Blanton's Blue did. Easiest kind of winner. He's still kind of a little mongrel sometimes with his mouth and acting up, but when he's in that preferred zone where he likes to race, where he's comfortable, he looks rather effective, and he looked good today. The great thing about him and a number of these horses coming back is we can race him wherever we want. Blanton's Blue struggles a little bit in the non-winners of 4, which I don't think he will, but if he does, we can price him back in the non-winners of 2, and we can make sure that he is a very effective racehorse as he moves into the stakes season in New York. I don't think he's a Sire Stake horse. He's an Excelsior A horse. But in saying that means we can race him wherever we want. He is a perfect type of horse right now for us. Pull the Shoes was great the other day. Big mile from her, 57. Somebody asked, gee, she got her back in that 4th week in a row. Why? Well, she does fit a series coming up, right? I would like to get a win with her. She looks like a bit of a layover on paper for Wednesday. She can have a week off after that, and then she springboards right into the next series, which springboards right into the Stallion Series almost. So I'm happy with the trajectory we're on with Pull the Shoes, and happy with the way she's been growing up and filling out. She looks like she's sprouted up even since she's gone over to Tim's. She looks good. She looks happy. The one thing we are going to do, we're going to change her shoes a little bit, see if we can get those flip-flops off of her for Wednesday afternoon's bout in yes, honey. We're almost closer, yeah. We're very close to being there. So Pull the Shoes was good. We're not going jump place today. You're half sick. You're not going to any jump place. I forgot to give you your puffer too before we left. We're going to keep an eye on that. Irish Ray was actually good too. Irish Ray was good too. My father's horse. Yeah, I'd love to see a little more of the eye of the tiger from this guy, but you know what? Hopefully he can turn in. He can start to fill out and get a little more confidence now. He looked good the other day, much better. Obviously not to where, you know, when you see a horse that almost had a perfect 2- and 3-year-old season in the Maritimes, made all that money in the Maritimes, you're hoping that he would turn into a good horse, but he's just not built like a killer. He's built like an okay horse, and he's racing like an okay horse. But I would like to see him put some more numbers on the board, so to speak. Collector raced good that night. 4th trotted 53 and 4, I think, or 54 a piece, something like that. And looked very, very good doing it. Harry's done a great job with him. He is at Northfield right now. Dr. Latessa was just going over him. We're going to get his shoes reset. And then he's off to Southern Ohio for the Nominers of 4 series that he fits in Miami Valley with Stacy and Brett. And then that led to Friday. I told everybody the reason that we're here, the reason we're going shopping, and we're not... Okay, yes, just relax. The reason that we're not in Ontario right now is because of 2 things. One, I wanted to go with Greatest Ending. Anybody could have went with Patrick the Piranha. Ava could have went with Patrick the Piranha yesterday easily. The way he raced and the trip he got, it wasn't that hard to win with him. But Greatest Ending was a little trickier. I wanted to be hands-on Greatest Ending yesterday. I wanted to see, are we going in the right direction with this horse? Because obviously it just seems like since we bought him, it's been at best 1 step forward, 2 steps back. I think I went the wrong way.
Why?
No, I did go the wrong way. We are going to have to check on the GPS now. I know where the restaurants are right here. The restaurant down there, Mommy and I ate at the other night, was amazing, by the way. Down there is Texas to Brazil. Well, just look it up here. There. Now you put it in. So I wanted to... Shh. Hattie Bear, no. Stop talking for 2 minutes, Chatterbox. I wanted to see how Greatest Ending was. As I said, it just seemed like it was 1 step forward, 2 steps back with this guy since we got him. And everything seemed...
Yeah, you went the wrong way.
I didn't go the wrong way. We just didn't go far enough. I just wanted to see how he was. And, man, I'll tell you what, you want to talk about a super fast horse. I mean, we have some good horses. And I'm not going to say he's better than this one, he's better than that one. What I am going to tell you is, when I moved him in the last turn, it was the most effortless, impressive performance that last 1/4 of a mile that I'd seen in a while. You know, you sit behind horses and they're just kind of different, right? Patrick the Piranha is such a nice horse. He can fly. He does things that... It doesn't shock you because you watch him do them, but it's impressive to watch him do them. But what Greatest Ending did was, here's a horse that never raced free lag in his life, tried to qualify once and made a break in his qualifier. I got away 6th with him. This horse, all he wore was a bridle. No head check, no hobbles, no boots, some vet wrap on his front legs because his tendon sheath blows up sometimes. The vet swears it's nothing, but it's frustrating to watch and look at. So we do wrap it up. So he wore vet wrap up front, a bridle, and a harness. That's it. I got away 6th. He was quiet. I'm like, maybe he's too quiet. Maybe he's just not good. I got him out in the flow down the backstretch. He felt a little swimmy. So it didn't feel like he'd hit his best stride yet. Midway around the last turn, he hit a whole other gear. And when I moved him over, if I had moved him earlier in the last turn, I'd have really revved him up and growled at him. Maybe he would have made a break. I don't think he would have. He didn't feel like he would have. But man, oh man, I'll tell you one thing. That last 1/4 in 27 seconds, Just felt like he was out for a stroll in the park. It was as effortless a move on a horse as you could have. It was truly, truly impressive. So I was all smiles coming off the track with Greatest Ending. I just thought it was just such an impressive mile, and the way he did it, I can't help but think this horse is destined to move right to the Open. And Tim looked at me when I come off the track and he goes, "What kind of a mile would this horse go in a month at the Meadowlands?" Yeah, I know. We're going to take baby steps for now. I told him, I said, 4, 6, maybe even 8 weeks racing him like this with this low stress level. Remember, when we talk about going to the Meadowlands, we're talking about shipping now. This horse frets and stresses out really, really easy. To just walk down from the barn to the paddock, jog 3 laps easy, and go out and go a mile like that, know that you can rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, is impressive. And that's what I want to do with Greatest Ending. Just give him 4, 6, 8 weeks at the Meadows, and I just think he is going to be a scary, scary animal right there in Washington, Pennsylvania. So I went out in the track the next one. Remember, I said it in the video, Patrick is at his best when he's obnoxious, when he's throwing his head, rooting his head, and being rude. In fact, I've told people that drove him, Ridge, Brady, and Chris, and Ronnie, just be careful, because if he was scratched because he ripped the lines out of somebody's mouth and got loose, it wouldn't shock me. That would not be a surprising turn of events. That would not be a surprising turn of events for him to do that. And that's when he's at his best. When he's being bully and when he's trying to throw you around in the race bike in the post parade, that's when he's at his best. And when he's quiet and polite, he's usually flat. That's how he was last week. Came out in the track and he was flat. Jogging around, he's not throwing his head, not rooting his head. He's not being obnoxious. I'm like, Japers, what's going on with this guy now? And so we're jogging around, and hit him a slap on the arse with the whip. And he took off for about an eighth of a mile. I got him pulled up, and then old Patrick came to life. The rooting and the throwing his head and the being ignorant. Text mom and just tell her I'll be 1 minute. I'm just doing a video. Throwing his head and being goofy. Went up to the gate. He's just climbing right up into the screen. And then when they said go, then I knew what I wanted to do. I just wanted to go out of there enough not to have people ducking. Right? I didn't want the 6-horse ducking. I wanted him to have a clear path to the front end. But I didn't want anybody else thinking they were going to get around me either. So I just left enough to hold position, let Dave go to the front. Once I landed in the 2-hole, I said, it's going to be pretty hard not to win with this horse now. He would have to be even worse than he was last week not to win. But he was good. He surprised me. He fooled me. Around the last turn, as soon as I started edging him out, you could see him just get right up on the harness, and I moved him over. Didn't even pull the earplugs. Really didn't even chase him. He just drove away. And that was Patrick. And that's the Patrick we've come to love. And it was impressive to drive 2 super impressive horses back to back. It was just a really, really nice feeling. So very happy that played out the way it did. As I said, we now head into, what'd she say? You didn't get the information yet. I know, but the horses, I'm going to give them to her and tell her I'll call her right back. It was just an opening video. I'll call her back about the babies. So just very happy with the way they're racing. And this is following a week where Spitfire Overseas won the Open out of the 9-hole, which is almost impossible. Won the Open out of the assigned 9-hole in a North American seasons mark of 51-1. Fastest trotter in North America this year. Now, keep in mind, we're only the first quarter in. But still, it's a thing. The Meadowlands has been open long enough, right? The Poconos is open now. Mohawk. There hasn't been a horse trot as fast as him in North America this year yet. So, very impressed with Spitfire Overseas also. Renegade Gypsy had a good race this week. He's racing tonight again, but had a great week this week, finishing second in, I don't know what class he was in, but a good race nonetheless. He raced well. So a great start to 2024. And you start into the year and you're like, how are the 2-year-olds going to be? You're on pins and needles, hoping that they'll be good. None of these questions can be answered until they roll in behind the gate, and not even the first time or second time. They still have to kind of settle into their division, right? But it appears to me that we have a number of horses, historically speaking. I looked. Cute. A number of horses, historically speaking, that if you looked at, and this is a dumb thing to do, so you shouldn't do it. But if you look at the way that they've raced in 2023, is this only a turning lane? I think it is. The way that they raced in 2023, and looking at the horses that did it, Pickpocket and all those horses, to take those 2024 horses and transplant them back a year, I think would be a very productive year for us. So if you can infer anything of last year and try and take it forward and extrapolate that data and say, okay, how do they look sized up with last year? It's a good season. So I am super excited. Happy with the 3-year-olds also. Really happy with the way they've been training. The fact that Flash Fly and Insider Trading, no hobbles, no boots, no nothing on these horses, and they've come forward in such a major way, is impressive on its own. I'm just really happy, top to bottom, with the way the horses have been. Where are we going to go eat again?
Cheesecake Factory.
It's down there. You should eat there first, eh? Yeah, we'll get down there first. It's just on the city block.
I'm not hungry right now.
Well, I'm a little hungry right now. It's right there. The mall's right there, and the restaurant's right there. Relax.
Yeah, but I want to go to the golf course.
No, I'm not letting you turn you loose in the mall without eating there, boogers.
She did eat. I gave
You need to do a little more of this and a little less of this.